If you're ready to start attracting clients into your business, and particularly high ticket clients, then I wanted to make sure you stick around and watch this video because we're going to be talking about the tactical things you can do, like what you can say and what the strategy is to attract high ticket clients. And we're also going to be talking about some of the energetics. Hi, my name is Amanda Abaya. Welcome to Make Money Your Honey. On this channel, we talk sales, systems, marketing, and mindset so you can simplify your business and amplify your life. So if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we have coming out on this channel. And if after watching this video or during this video, you're like, dang, I really want to work with Amanda and her team, you can find all the our programs, coaching programs, courses, things like that. You can find them in the link below. Okay, so let's get into how to start attracting clients for business and particularly high ticket clients. And some of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about today, you probably haven't heard from most coaches out there because I was trained by people who run real businesses, not pretend internet businesses. So the first thing that we need to keep in mind is who exactly is a high ticket client. So typically a high ticket client, it ranges in terms of what people think high ticket is. Some people think $5,000 is a high ticket item. Some people think $3,000 is a high ticket item. Some people don't consider it high ticket until you're looking at, a $100,000 item. The point is, it's usually at least multiple 4 or 5 figures, depending on where your level of comfort is and whatever your definition is. The point is, we're not selling things for $27 or $97. Those things have their place, but that is not what we are talking about today. And high ticket clients are usually looking for 2 things. They are looking for some sort of a system that they can follow, and they are looking for transformation. So a high ticket client is not going to basically, come to you and solve an expensive problem and then not expect for you to have some sort of a system or process for fixing the expensive problem, for example. Or maybe it's more of a transformational piece. Like, for example, I worked with an expert in neuroscience a few years ago when I was going through some really big transitions in business and in life to understand how my brain works and how to better use it in order to manifest what it is that you desire. And it was complete and utter transformation. That's what I paid for. I don't even know if there was really a system or a process that we followed because a lot of it was very custom to me. I was working with this person privately, but there was total transformation once I understood neuroscience and how the brain works. So those are 2 examples that you can use there. Another example might be like, let's say you're in fitness, maybe you have a system people can follow, and then the radical transformation is they lose weight, they feel better about their bodies, and then because they feel better about their bodies, now they're getting more job opportunities because they're more confident, or they're getting more dates because they're more confident. So that would be another example. And sometimes it's just solving a very expensive problem. So for example, my husband, he helps 7 and 8 figure companies solve their systems and operations problems. They're usually very complicated problems that he needs to go solve for them. So that would be considered a high ticket because he's solving a complicated problem. Therefore, he can command a very good price for solving complicated problems. I once had a mentor tell me, the harder the problem is to solve, the more money you can charge. So there's nuance to it, of course, but maybe that's a good general rule to follow. So now let's get into some of the tactical things that you can do to start attracting these high ticket clients into your business. So number 1, you have to talk about the high level problem. I think a big mistake that a lot of people make on social media is that they say they want to attract high ticket clients, but they keep talking about low level problems. They keep talking about low level problems like self-esteem. They keep talking about low level problems like how to have confidence. Usually people who are high ticket are high performers, or they've achieved a lot, which is how they have the money in order to pay you for the high ticket. So they're not worried about self-esteem and confidence and, oh, I just can't get the thing done, which is what a lot of people are out here talking about. They're concerned with, how do I solve this problem so I just go make more money? Like, I know what the problem I need to solve. Just tell me how to freaking solve it. But a lot of people are talking about what I call basic bitch problems. You're talking to a group of people who are still having like level 1 problems. And usually high ticket clients, they're way past level 1 problems. They're having like level 3, 4, 5, level 10 problems. So you have to start speaking to those higher level problems. Maybe it's a higher level problem like hiring in their business. Maybe it's a higher level problem like wanting to automate a business. Maybe it's a higher level problem like, you know, not getting divorced because they're having a rocky time in their marriage. Those are all high level problems. So when you're speaking to these people, speak to the high level problems, not the basic bitch problems. The next thing to keep in mind when you are talking to high ticket and high level clients is that they might not actually necessarily be attracted to your post on Facebook. Some of them might, but depending on how high level this is, and I will give the example from a client, and depending on the offer, they may not be publicly announcing that they have this problem. They may not be even Googling because they don't want anybody to know that they have this problem. So sometimes you kind of got to do some like backdoor connections. Sometimes what that looks like is creating referral partners that have access to the high level, high ticket clients. I will give you an example. I was working with a client the other day. They are looking to attract people who are making a lot of money and are having very specific problems in their business. Like, for example, they want to retire from the business or they want to sell the business. Those types of people are not going to go around announcing on the internet that they're selling their business because they don't want their employees to know. So how would you get in front of those people? They're probably not going to slide into your DMs. They're probably not going to go through your funnel. What's probably going to end up happening is you as the business owner, like let's say, you know, you're trying to buy up these businesses and that's what you're trying to do, then you usually probably have to go reach out to like accountants and lawyers who work with this clientele so they can refer the clientele to you, because that particular clientele is not announcing all over the internet that they're trying to sell their business. So sometimes it just depends on what it is that you are looking to do, what kind of a sale it is that you're trying to do, and the problems that the high ticket clients are experiencing. So I wanted to say that caveat because sometimes it's not even necessarily about like, oh, are they going to read my Facebook post? A lot of times they're not going to read your Facebook post because A, they're busy, and B, perhaps they just don't want people knowing that this problem exists because it would affect a lot of people around them. So that's just something to keep in mind. However, the kind of content that does tend to work well with the high ticket crowd and that does tend to attract high ticket clientele is actually long form video like this. So one of the reasons why we really like YouTube and why we teach YouTube in our YouTube Mastery Workshop, and we also teach it to our mastermind clients, is because over 80% of US households that bring in over 6 figures a year are hanging out on YouTube, which makes sense because if you're making over 6 figures a year, you have a certain level of success, and usually people who have a certain level of success don't really care about 30-second sound bites and don't really care about your long form Facebook post. They might, but chances are, and I know because we're in this household, we're a couple of those people, you're on YouTube trying to learn something. You tend to be a bit more nuanced in your way of thinking. You tend to be very resourceful and try and go find some answers on YouTube. So it's not surprising to hear the statistic that over 80% of households that US households that bring in over 6 figures spend a lot of their time on YouTube, because usually high achieving, high level people like to learn stuff, and like nuance and long form content allows you to teach stuff. So that's something worth looking into. If you want to check out our YouTube Mastery Workshop, we will be teaching it live again soon, and you can get the link for that below this video. Okay, so those are like some of the tactical things you could do to get in front of these, high ticket, high level clients. Now let's start talking about some of the energetic things that you can do, because it's one thing to like constantly do the work and constantly do the hustle, which used to be my life. So I understand that. It's another thing to naturally start attracting these people to you. And a lot of that has to do with your energetics and your mindset. I will give you an example. There's a client that we're working with right now. She actually does work with people who eventually want to sell their business. As a bookkeeper, they need to get their books straight, right? They need to get their books in order and the finances in order for the business to be sellable. So that's her clientele. That's what she does. And she was struggling a little bit not because she didn't know what to do. She knew what to do. It was more because she had this thought running in her head that she shouldn't want more money, that she should just be completely okay with what she has, otherwise she would be a bad person. So energetically, what that was doing is that it wasn't attracting these people to her, because why would they be attracted to somebody who doesn't actually want their business because they think they're some sort of a horrible person if they get their business? So stuff like that happens all the time, and we have to really check ourselves. Even really successful people have to do this all the time. When they're going to new levels, they have to check themselves in terms of where they're at energetically. What are their thoughts? What are their belief systems? Where's their energy? And I don't mean energy like how you feel today, right? Because a lot of people are like, yeah, I just don't feel motivated today. And motivation is a crock of shit. Usually very high level, high achieving, high paying people don't wait for motivation to come around. Usually those people are just very disciplined, and that's why they are successful. So I don't mean how you're feeling that day, which is how a lot of people take it, right? What I mean is, what are your thoughts, what are your beliefs, and what are you emanating out into the universe with your energy? What is the vibration that you are putting out there? And let's say you're feeling under the weather, because a lot of people do this too. They'll be like, oh, I'm a little under the weather today. Not to the point where they can't work. I mean, it's literally like, oh, I stubbed my toe today and I just can't work the rest of the day because I'm so distraught, right? And it sounds ridiculous, but people do these things. They do take minor little things and turn them into a massive thing as to why they can't do something that day. You can not feel great emotionally, you can not feel great physically and still make a whole lot of money. So I feel like there is a misconception in when people are talking about energetics and things like that they think it's just how they feel that day. And it's not about how you feel that day. It's about what is your prominent base point when it comes to your thoughts, your beliefs, your actions, and your energy. Do you actually believe that you can get these clients? Do you believe that you are allowed to have a lot of money? Do you believe that the money can come to you easily? This stuff plays a major role, because if you don't get clear on these things, you're just going to sabotage all the time, or the people who are on that higher vibration that you're trying to attract aren't even going to see you, aren't even going to know you exist, aren't ever going to find your YouTube video, aren't ever going to find your post. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you did, make sure to let me know in the comments below which of these strategies are you going to be implementing into your business this week. And make sure to give this a like, because it helps us with the algorithm, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single video that we have coming out on this channel. Make sure to check out all our free resources, courses, coaching programs, all of the above below this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one.